Today we're going to talk about simple block chord harmonization. This is another thickened melody technique, and it's very quick and simple to do once you get the hang of it. And at first glance, it might look similar to the planing technique we've talked about in an earlier video. But actually, it's not quite the same. They're all thickened melody techniques, but planing is about taking a structure and moving it up and down a pattern of some kind, like a scale. But block chord harmonization is actually not about taking a structure and moving it up and down with the melody. It's about taking the closest chord underneath the melody and following it closely. So they're all thickened melody techniques, but if I should categorize them simply, I would say that strict planing is the sound of the structure, diatonic planing is the sound of the key or the mode, and block chord harmonization is the sound of the chords that you put underneath your melody. So here's how to do block chord harmonization. Take your melody that you've already chosen chords for, and you start with just harmonizing with the closest triad underneath the melody notes. So for example here, the melody has an F and the chord is an F, so that's the root of the chord. So that's a chord tone. So we just fill in the F triad underneath. The next note we'll skip because G is not a part of the F triad. But the A is the third of the F triad, so I'll just fill in the rest of the F chord underneath. Then we're changing chords. So now the B here and the B here are both in the G major triad. So we'll just fill in the rest of the chords with the root and the fifth underneath. Same here. And the last chord is a C and the note is a C. So this is the root of C major. So we'll just put in a C chord underneath, making it a first inversion C major chord. The next step is filling in the non-chord tones. And what do you choose for non-chord tones? Since you are going to try to get the sound of the chords and also indirectly the sound of the scale and the key that you're in, you should choose diatonic chords underneath. So the G note here, you could think of that as a G chord. And for this A here, that's not part of a G, but it could be a D minor. And if you put a D minor here, you have a 2-5-1 chord progression at the end. So try to choose chords that make some kind of a harmonic sense to you, like 5-1, 2-5-1, 4-5-1, if you can. And if it sounds good to you. In the end, your intuition has to choose what is the right sound for you and your melody. So now I'm going to try to practice what I preach, and let's go into Dorico and actually do a block chord harmonization of a quick melody I wrote. So here we are in Dorico, and I've made this simple melody and added some chords that I want to use with that melody. Let's listen to the melody first. So it's a simple waltz. It's mostly in F major. We have a little detour to kind of a B flat major with the C minor chord there, and then we're back to F major. And let's start by just putting in every chord tone. So the first note is an A and it's part of F major. The next chord is also F major. Then the G is a non-chord tone, so we'll skip that and just fill in the F major. Then we have a B in B major, that's the root, so we'll just fill in the chord. And these two are not chord tones, but this is a B, and this C is the fifth of F. And this is a part of a C. And this E flat is the third of C minor. And this G is the fifth of C minor, and we'll skip this non-chord tone. Back to the E flat. And then D is the third of B major. and the F is the fifth, and here the F is the root of F major. So that's all the chord tones. Now let's find out what to put on the non-chord tones, because we want the melody to be thickened all the way through. So I think I'll choose a C here. The G here can be the fifth of C, because then we'll have a kind of a 5-to-1. C is the dominant and F is tonic. And here I'll choose C, because it's the fifth of C, going to F, that's a 5-1, going back to the B. And I just put the non-chord tones in parentheses, so it's easy to spot where we have harmonized non-chord tones. So I think I just fill in these two, the D and the B flat, with a B chord, because it's giving me a kind of a plagal cadence, which is also a nice cadence. Here I'll choose the C again. Here I'll choose the F, and I'll fill in these two non-chord tones with C, because then we get some kind of some dominant and back to tonic, which sounds natural if you remember the video I had about simple diatonic harmony. And there we have the melody all thickened up, so let's just listen to that. So I just added a simple bass, disconnected from the melody, just following the original chords. So keeping to the chords, even though the top harmony with the melody is moving within other chords, I'll just keep the root for the main chords of the bars. So, except here at the end, I fake a little C here, just to get a dominant feel. And here's what that would sound like in a mock-up for an orchestra. So as you can see, this is a quick and simple way to harmonize a melody, make a thick melody with harmony underneath, called block chord harmonization. If you like this video, please click the like button to help me push it out to other people that would enjoy this content. And if you want more videos in the future, just click that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when I drop the next video. Until next time.